YouTube, I'm back with another video of the ongoing PC build today, and today I want to talk about power supplies. Now, when you're building a PC, especially a budget PC, power supplies can cause an absolute massive head stress because you kind of want to spend all your money on getting the most amount of RAM, the most amount of storage on your SSD, and the most powerful processor you can for the money. So you can just neglect the power supply. I'll just buy a cheap power supply, and what happens to the power supply? It blows up because you try and overclock your system. It doesn't work, then you have to buy a better power supply, so you might as well have just bought the good power supply in the first place. So it's your sort of options. You go onto most websites and they've got their own brand power supply. Which is obviously made by some other company. It comes with adapters so you can have your PCI graphics cards and stuff, and you think for £20 this is a good investment. And the issue with those power supplies is if you go on Amazon you'll see a lot of them, and the problem is it's sort of a 50-50. For some people they work fine, they last 3 years. For other people they last 3 days, and then you're scratching your head and you're like, should I buy this power supply? And you probably shouldn't. So then you start looking at the cheapest sort of branded power supply. So that's what we've come to. We need a power supply from a brand you can trust. Now there's lots available from brands like Cooler Master and also Corsair, loads of different stuff. And then the one I have, the EVGA 500 watt that I've been using, which I like. It's a very good power supply. It's nice and small, but look at all the cabling on it. It's like an octopus. And then as well, you've got these horrible coloured ends on it. So if you're running in a small system or a cheap case that hasn't got a lot of management, that is really hard. Honestly, it's looked terrible on the bottom of my PC. So that leads us to the next step. We need to go modular. But getting a budget modular power supply, now that's quite hard to do. So we're talking about a power supply under £50. And there's a couple that spring to mind. You can get something from Corsair, or you can also, who is it? I totally forgot. Oh my god, just ruined mid-flow. And I'm back. Fractal Design make one. I finally jinged in my brain. But there's some issues with these power supplies. Firstly, the wattage. From Corsair and Fractal, they're sort of 450, 430 watt power supplies. Semi-modular, because we're not getting a fully modular for under 50 quid. And then all the cables, again, they are semi-modular, so you've got less, but they're like this. They're quite thick. And again, you've got all this horrible colour, and we want something that looks nice as well, because you're going to have a window. So what we're looking for is a semi-modular power supply from a brand you can trust with flat black cables for under £50. Is it possible? Yes, it is. You want to have a look at this. A Thermaltake Smart SE 530 watt. I'm holding the box upside down. I'm really making a mess of this. But here it is. Then it's available for £42. You can also get a 630 watt for just over £50, I think about 55, and it also goes right up to 750 watt, which is under £60 as well, I think. And this is a semi-modular cable with flat back cables, with no horrible colours near the ends of the connectors, and it's from a brand you can trust. Now I will have to make some apologies before I go and unbox this. Firstly, my hands are proper trashed at the moment because I've been spray painting again. Well, not spray painting, I've been sanding, can you see that? Been sanding my case, ready for its high gloss black. Oh god, there it is falling over. And also, yeah, because of that, my hands are just literally covered in paint, and the PC's in absolute pieces, so I'm not going to be able to show you this in the system at the end of the video. And I do plan to do some mods to the power supply as well, so I'm going to just sort of leave it plugged in for a week, make sure it's running, and then probably do some paint mods. And if you want to see all that, the only way you can do it is subscribe to the playlist and subscribe to the channel, because I've got loads more videos coming up for you over the next, well, forever. So right, let's get it unboxed. So, on the top of the box we have a Thermaltake logo, Smart Series, built to work, Haswell ready, 87% efficiency, and a 3-year Thermaltake warranty, which is, I think the actual power supply is rated to 100,000 hours minimum as well. And then just Smart SE 530. It's also available in 630 and 750 as well, I think. Thermaltake logo, picture of the power supply. Absolutely nothing. Generally just the what it supports and everything, but you should work, any sort of computer you've got, this should work with it absolutely fine. And then on the back here we just got the picture of some components, and then the fan sort of noise, which is rated, it's a 140mm fan, I'll show you in a second, and it's rated to 1900 RPM. And you've just got all the connectors that are included and some sort of spec sheet if anybody wants to see it. There it is. But most importantly, I think you want to see inside now. Pop the top, right. So we have guides. If you don't know how to install a power supply, you probably shouldn't be installing a power supply, but still nice to look at. And we have some screws for mounting it in the system as well. And then I have a UK power plug because I am British, if you couldn't tell by my accent. Right, what's next? Here is a bag. I imagine this is the cables. All the cables in there. I'm going to take them all out and measure them and show you them in a second. Oh, nice. We'll get some cable ties as well. And a couple of bags. Good to put my old screws in. There's a nice bit of foam padding in the bottom as well. God, I almost knocked my microphone over there. So let's have a look at the power supply. It is a bit chunkier because it's using a 140mm fan, but this is what I wanted because I've only got an 80mm extraction at the moment, so it's going to be pointing up like that. So nice black finish, Smart SE. I'm going to have a look at taking this apart. I want to spray this panel white, but that will, there's obviously a screw behind there, void the warranty. This is why I want to power it up for a week and make sure it's sort of working really before I start modding it. On the back we've got the grill, power switch, and then to plug in, and then obviously if you've got it round that way facing down, I've got the labels again on the bottom here. We have the specs as well. Bring you in for a shot of that. And then here we have these flat modular cables. So it is a semi-modular power supply. Oh, isn't this nice? Flat cables for under £50, and they're all black, and there's not got all the colours on them, and they're not big braided things that your light's showing. You can see straight through them. So real nice length on these as well. Here I will give you the measurement of them in a bit. But you have your 24 pin and your 8 pin as well, and these do look like, you can see there, the 8 pin pops apart and the 4 pin pops apart as well. And then here we have your inputs for your modular power supply connectors. You've got 2 PCI 8 pins, and then you have all your sort of inputs as well, and then the Thermaltake logo. So that will be upside down, but that's fine. I'm not really too bothered about that. And then inside here we have all of the power cables. Oh, right, I'm going to open these, I'm going to measure them, and I'm going to show you each one. So I've had all the cables out and given them good measure, and what I did realise, I've got to tell you the actual size of this power supply as well. Now the width of it, this way, 150mm, the height is 86mm, and the length is 160mm. Now I've had measured both of these cables. I've got a little gripe though. They seem to be down here, I seem to be intertwined a bit, and you can't pull them out because the 8 pin splits like that. So a little gripe, nothing really to whinge about. But the 4 pin is 55cm long, the ATX is 50cm long. The PCIs, which there are 2 of. Now these red ends I'm going to spray white, so I'll be showing that in my install video. They are 45cm long. Then there is included, I'm a little bit confused because I've only got 3 other cables and I've got 4 inputs. I don't know if that's just because it's the 530. Let me show you here. That they just, maybe it's the same interface that they use all the way at the Ranger. For the 530 they only give you 3. But I don't know if I'm missing a cable. But here we go, here's the Molex. They're all 70cm long. Sorry, the autofocus is just going mental. They're all 75cm long. You start off with a floppy to each Molex, and there's 15cm in between. There's 1 of these cables included, and there is 2 of the SATA cables included, and these are the same. 75cm long, 15cm in between each one, and they do bend really nice. You know, if you've got 2 hard drives like I've got quite close together, you will be able to get a nice bend in there. They're not really stiff. So I've had the power supply running just under a week now. It's running really well, and it's running quite quiet as well. It is very silent, I would say. It's here in the sort of everything that's on the desk at the moment while I finish the case off. Anyone that's been watching along with that as well, I've recently just sprayed the top in a gloss black, and I love it. So hopefully I should have the front panel for you soon. But back to the power supply. yeah, I think for the price, £42, you're not going to find a power supply from a trusted brand, or just a brand anyway, a name brand for this price that comes with all the features that it has. So for any system builders out there, anyone that's scratching their head on what power supply to get, I think the Thermaltake Smart SE series is the one for you. Thanks for watching, and if you do like these videos, please subscribe down the bottom, because I've got loads more PC building videos coming over the next coming months. So thanks for watching.